And we are back down south. Man, it's good to be back out here hunting again. You know, we only take a couple of weeks off for deer season, but it seems like we're out of the woods forever. Hey, I say the hog woods, we still go and we shoot quail and pheasants and go bird hunting. We do a little fishing. My boys even deer hunt, and we'll go and we still do all kinds of hunting. But compared to being hog hunting every month of the year, except every week virtually, but except right there during deer season, it's just good to be back down there. It is nasty. It has already been below freezing a couple times in late December. Now it's going to jump up to 60 and start raining, and I mean, that ground is nasty. So we're getting the dogs out of the trailer, tying them up. So it takes us a minute. We'll get out 2 different 100-foot leads, and every 7 feet down there I'll have a ring, and each lead for each dog is 3 feet, so they can reach a bowl in the middle, so 2 of them can share out there. They can barely touch noses, but they're not able to get to one another. And as I'm getting them out, you can see the puppies are ready to go. I mean, they're flipping, they're bucking and snorting. They're so excited to be out there. They act like they hadn't been hunting in a year. And then the older dogs are sitting around chilling because they know what is to come. We get around camp, we start cooking food, hamburgers. Some guys bring over some pies, some homemade buttermilk, coconut cream pies. We start bringing, they brought over a Dutch oven full of apple pie, made in a Dutch oven. Here, first hunt back of the year. Grilling hamburgers, hanging out with the guys. These 2 guys right here are special to me. That is Joel and that is Don. Whenever you hunt during the week like me, it's hard to find guys that can go, but these guys have went with me on, so there is no telling how many hogs they have seen me kill in the last 10 years. So they have been with me, not everyone, but one of those 2 guys, or both of them, have been with me on the majority of all of the hunting that we do. From Don's been in Texas, they've been Mississippi, everywhere. So they have seen a lot. They know my dogs just as good as me. They want to know about Joey, my buddy Joey Cifuentes. He was the rookie of the year before last in the Bassmaster Elite Series, and so I'm telling a fishing story. They want to know about Joey. No, they don't care about me or the hog. They just want to know about Joey.
Dog, I said, get out of the way, Jack. His head fell right there. I'm laying flat on my back. You're lucky. That dog had teeth that long.
Joey, but after dinner, then we get down to business. They start showing us
what we after, guys.
Pictures and hog pictures of where they're at, where they've been seeing them all deer season. You hear Joel in there even say he ain't got longer to live. Joel's been hunting with me long enough. Let me tell you this. I've had lots of sorry dogs in my day. I've had some that couldn't do a thing. As Papaw said, can't wet a drop. But he knows what kind of dogs we have right now. The Lord's blessed us, and they will go find those Jessies and bay them. And so he's like, they ain't got much longer to live. So we start looking at pictures, and we start getting ready, and we get a good night's rest, and we get up the next morning. The next morning, Now it's full on. Every dog out there knows it is about to go down. They are going nuts. We have got to get them out to the woods and on the ground. We begin to vest them up. We begin to collar them up. We get them ready. We make sure all their GPS working right. And as you see all of our gear, I mean, we've got hip waders, and you'll see the conditions that we're going in. You'll know why we're all wearing rattlesnake-proof hip waders in a moment. But we got hip waders on. We got vests. We've got walkie-talkies. We got our cell phones and waterproof pouches. We've got Garmin's. We've got big knives, little knives. And it is time to go hunting. And as I'm standing there, Joel says, I just got a picture at one of his cameras and the hogs are down there. And I said, they're there right now? And he said, yeah. And I said, that's too late now. So as we head down this old road, they had torn it up the night before, and we turn out. My old dogs go in there and they peel out.
It's a big one.
There's 4 or 5 sows and a bunch of little ones, and they peel out that old boar. And they peel him out. They run him about a half mile over. That's the first one that they bay. They're waiting on us. Most of my dogs are there. Some of the other dogs stayed with the sounder, but most of them went with that old boar. That's the first one we killed. He had one cutter busted out, and the other one was shorter because he had been fighting, but he was a good boar, solid 4 to 5 year old boar. Not a lick of fat on him. He was trimmed down, and we knew he was a good one because there was no screaming when we went in there. Those big boars, they do not scream. Dogs leave that bay, go on back to where they first picked up the sounder, picked up the trail, ran that sounder down, and bayed again. So I was holding Sandy in the box for this moment. You know, we're just rednecks with cameras. We have no idea what we're doing out there. And I didn't want to just turn all my dogs loose with cameras on them. We'd lose them all. And so we said, all right, let's put the harness on Sandy and see what she does. Well, she's never had any type of vest or harness or anything like that on. So we begin to put it on her and we set her on the ground. You hear everybody laughing. She is vapor locked. She is not going to move. She's never had that happen before, and we all kind of laugh. But she hears those dogs baying. She goes straight to them, and there's some really good footage there we're going to show you. You can see the sows. Now we're down to 4, maybe 5. You can see it there on the drone footage, but there's a bunch of little ones. and you can hear those sows. They're backed up, they're barking, they're mad, and Sandy's moving whenever those hogs are moving. Those hogs try to run, bang, she shuts them down. Dogs are jumping in and out, and they're holding those sows as tight as they can, and they'll do that as long as it takes for me to get there. One of them gets brave or scared, whichever, takes off running. I think I had 10 dogs at that bay. 2 or 3 stayed with the sounder. The rest of them ran that one down. We singled it out. Cocha gets out. That's the footage right here. Cocha goes in there. Boom, locks up. We kill it.
Okay, come on. Cocha, come on. Yeah. Come on.
all the bay dogs go back to the bay where the big sounders are at. They get down in a big hole of water. Cochetta goes under a branch, knocks the camera off. I was like, we will never see that again. You see my reaction. It says, you know, you hear me say, thank you, Jesus. I thought we would never see that again. The Lord bless us, found the camera, so you didn't get to see her hooking up on that hog.
Thank you, Jesus.
But we got that one as well.
We found it.
About that time when I found the camera, they picked up the last one or the next to the last, and you can see on the IR footage, those dogs are chasing those babies around. They're picking them up like this. And when you kill all the mamas, those ones that are shoebox size or smaller, they're just not going to make it. The coyotes are going to gather them up the very first night. So, you know, some people are like, yeah, dogs, they're just not effective. Well, I don't know what you call effective, but, you know, we just happen to roll in there, and this happens all the time. There's no pre-baiting. There's no waiting all night. There's no waiting for you to get them all in there. It's just like, where are they at? They're out here. All right, bang, kill them. And so we wiped out that sounder in this little hunt, and we had to start catching hogs because rain was coming in, and so we kill all those big hogs. Now, we didn't show you all the footage because some of it's not any good. It's too thick, and we don't want to make you sick with the dogs jumping in and around, and footage you can't see really well. But on to the last one. Roxy, I'm leading her in. I don't have to have her on a lead. I'm just trying to do everything right with the cameras, you know, trying to figure out how we're going to do it. And she's an older veteran, and I unsnap her. She's like a 16-year-old head horse. She doesn't need any practice runs. Just holler to the rodeo for one shot. And so as you can see, I unsnap her. She gets a good pin on where the dogs are at. She takes off at a slow lope, and then you can see her when she sees that hog, she really turns it up, bang. She hits it just as hard. And if it had been a 300-pounder, she'd have hit it just that hard. Back at the trailer, we're putting it all up, rolling up the lines. All my buddies are saying it was good to see me, and I was proud to see them. And we just had a good hunt, and this is just some of the footage we wanted to show you what it's like from a dog's point of view, from a chest harness point of view, from everybody's point of view of what it's like to go on one of our hunts. If you hadn't liked or subscribed us on Facebook and YouTube, please do that. It's free of charge. Until next time, God bless and happy hunting.